it's Rich back with another video here in Waterloo, Ontario. I'm flying with Josh Freiberger and this 2008 G36 Bonanza that we're going to tell you about in a second. But Josh and I met through Mustang flying, and recently got his Mustang type rating, picked up a Mustang, and has been flying it now for a couple of months, so we'll talk a little bit about that too. Josh, you've been flying for, I don't remember how long. Tell us how long you've been flying, and kind of, this is what, your third or fourth airplane?
Yeah, this was my second airplane, but moving into the Mustang was my fourth airplane. I've been flying for about 6 years. I started in a DA-40, moved on to this, then into a 210, and then into the Mustang.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk a lot about the Mustang, but just, you know, I'm looking for an update. How's the Mustang flying going?
Yeah, it's great. It's
everything you expected?
Everything I expected and more. It's one of the best airplanes I've ever owned.
What did you think, real quick, about the process to get the type rating? Was that?
It was good. It was good. It was painless.
Yeah.
You know,
like any check ride, it's no fun.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It was a lot of work, but everybody around helped out, supported me, and you know, I think I was there for 7 days.
Yeah.
8 days, and got it done. And,
yeah,
and that was good.
Went pretty good. First jet type rating, and yeah, it's simpler flying. It's a difficult process to get through. There's a lot of information to retain, and 100 different things that can get thrown at you on the check ride, and questions asked different ways. But if you just kind of hang in there, you get it done.
And we just so happen to have good weather almost every day.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. That was a good week in Wichita. Okay, so and how long have you had the Bonanza?
I've had this Bonanza now for, I think this will be the 4th year.
Yeah. We've got it up for sale. It's on controller.com. It's 5250 hours, a 2008 G36, about 1200 on a overhaul. I've flown some 12, 13, 14,000 hour Bonanzas that in a Baron that I was shocked at how well they flew, and how, you know, like, you just couldn't tell. You literally couldn't tell. And this airplane's kind of the same way. I mean, this has 5250 total time, and most G36 Bonanzas in this vintage are going to have less time. That's just a fact. They just don't get flown as much. But you know, when you get in this airplane, you see the condition of the paint, the interior, and fly it. It's like, I guarantee you, there's not a person around. They jump in this plane and say, "Oh, you know, this has more time than the average Bonanza." So I can attest. I've seen a lot of G36 Bonanzas and airplanes in general, and I can attest that. And it does me no good. I think I mentioned this in a video recently. It doesn't do me any good to get on a video or in pictures and oversell an airplane, because then everybody's going to come look at it, and then they're just going to be disappointed. Yeah. But you have really done a nice job, and I know you didn't get it brand new, but you've had it, you know, for several years, and the care shows for sure. And you've done recently. You did an annual in, what was it, July or June?
It was June.
June.
Yeah, it was completed in June.
And that was pretty good annual. I know you hit some stuff that normally you don't hit, like the landing gear overhaul.
Yeah, we had to do the gearbox overhaul. The landing gear motor we had done 2 years prior to that. We had to redo the mags this year. There was a couple of other items that came up.
Nose wheel, someone a nose wheel?
Yeah. There was the
little things.
I don't know if it wasn't. It was a nose wheel check.
Yeah.
And shimmy damper got done.
Yeah. Pretty thorough annual. It's on a Canadian registration, but I've imported a lot of airplanes from Canada over the years. It's really, I mean, if anything, the Canadians are more stringent on requirements than what we are. You know, it's not that we're lax. It's just you guys get the microscope out a little bit more than the FAA does on these airplanes.
At times, depending on what you're trying to do, most definitely it can seem that way.
I went through these logs this morning. And spent some time with them, and the logs are complete. They're they're in good shape. They're organized. Everything's in it. And at this price, obviously we've priced it with the time that it has on it, and I think it's great value. You know, because like I said, you can't tell that it has and it's not like 55,000 hours is a lot of time either. It's, you know, these airplanes, like I said, I flown Bonanza with 14,000 hours on. By the way, did I tell you I flew a 10,000 hour Mustang the other day, 10,500 hours? And that airplane flew really good too. You know, airplanes are maintained to a standard that you can't really compare them to like a car. So even though it sounds like high time, it's really, the way they're maintained, it's really not that bad. So anyway, this airplane's on controller. It's $540,000. It's up in Waterloo, Ontario. And it's easy to get up here. I've been up here for a day, and you know, they've got good facilities on the field for, you know, inspections and all that kind of stuff. And it's an easy import, which we'll look at really assisting if somebody in the U.S. Ends up in this airplane. We got some pretty heavy weather out here. What is that, west of us?
Yeah, it looks that way.
We could circle back around now if you want.
Sure.
It's cool though. It's cool to see that on the oh, we should talk about the features. This airplane has Legacy G1000 with active traffic, XM, terrain.
Yes.
Got the Osborne tip tanks.
Yes.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning as well, yeah.
Gammy injectors.
Gammy injectors, yep. It has amazing range. You can
yeah, with those tip
longer
tanks.
than you want to sit in here.
Yeah, right. That's the thing about it. It seems like even the bigger business jets, like nobody wants to be in an airplane for, you know, more than 3 hours, I don't think. You know?
I agree.
Unless you got a big wide body business jet.
I agree.
I don't. As much as I love to fly, like I don't 3 hours is plenty, although I spent 4.5 hours in a 421 the other day. So we're gonna, you can check this airplane out on controller. You can give me a call. The airplane's based, as I said, in Waterloo. And I'm not up here with it, but you know, we can make sure that we do what we need to do to get you through, if you're interested, get you through the due diligence and deliver this airplane on a U.S. registration if that's the way it should go.
And we brought it in from the U.S., so
right.
we have the previous U.S. laws.
And it was
as well.
It was born a U.S. airplane.
Yep.
You imported it, or
correct.
Yeah.
Yep. We imported it, and it had a lot of time on it when we got it, and the previous owner flew it a lot.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Right. Did you? And I mean, you've got a lot of time in it. I mean, not as much as what's on the airplane, but you have time in the airplane, so you've spent a lot of time. There may be a lot of people watching that they're thinking about a Bonanza that you really haven't, you know, flown one or done cross countries. And I know every time I talk to you, you say like that airplane has been really, really good. Like
it has been. I mean, I've flown it from here to Naples, Florida. I've flown it all over the U.S. It's been a great airplane. It's got lots of range. I mean, if you need to get a mechanic somewhere, it's not an issue. I have had almost no issues with it at all in the entire time I've owned it.
Yeah.
It's got great useful load. Actually, adding the tip tanks gives you a useful load increase.
A couple 100 pounds.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Do you use the tanks for fuel or more for useful load?
I use them for fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take the range.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you know the useful load off the top of your head?
It's around 1,600 pounds. I'd have to pull it up, but it's somewhere in that area, which is pretty good.
I'll put it on the in the description. I actually took a picture of it. And it's on controller. The weight balance is on controller.com as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool airplane. All right, we're gonna head back to Waterloo Airport. We got this big storm coming in, and we're gonna beat it back. We had some plans to maybe go to another airport and look at some more airplanes, but that's not gonna happen because of the weather. But this is a 2008 G36 Bonanza with some nice upgrades, the Osborne tip tanks, traffic, terrain, XM, Gammy injectors, air conditioning, well cared for, really excellent condition. I can't overstate that. A lot of people might think with 5,000 hours it's going to be worn, but it is really not. This airplane is in great shape. So leave a message on YouTube, email me, give me a call, and I'll get you all the information if you're interested in this airplane. Thanks for watching. Actually, it's a really smooth flight.
Yeah, it's been quite smooth. What was your first flight in?
You know, it's crazy, but I was flying like with my brother when I was 4, 5, 6 years old because he was 13 years older than me. He got his license when he was 17. So and that was like Cessnas and Pipers.
Yeah.
I started training in a Christian Eagle, which is like, you know what a Pitts Special is?
Yep.
A little bitty biplane. An Eagle's basically a Pitts.
Okay.
And I went and lived with my brother in the summer, and he owned that airplane, and so I was doing all kinds of training in that airplane with him.
Okay.
I didn't finish. Then I went to a Cessna 152 and got my private. Then my instrument commercial and my CFI I did in an airplane called the Blanca Super Viking. What that is?
No, say that again.
Blanca?
No, I can't say it.
Super Viking. Yeah, it's a fabric airplane with wood wings.
November Uniform Delta Tower, number 1.
Number 1, Charlie Golf, November Uniform Delta.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique airplane. Either a Continental or a Lycoming cylinder, 300 horsepower engine.
Okay.
Pretty fast.
Very much the same as this.
Good utility, but never. I mean, it was fabric and wood wing. So people just didn't. I don't think wanted that. It was a great flying airplane, like really great ailerons, fun to fly, really sporty, like a sports car.
Yeah.
But never really caught on in the U.S. market. I mean, they sold some, but it was kind of a.
Pretty green?
Yeah. Kind of an outlier. But anyway, me and my brother bought one. I got my instrument commercial CFI. You could buy them for half the price of a 182. They had better performance.
Okay.
But they were just kind of an off airplane.
November Uniform Delta 12408, cleared to land runway 26.
Clear to land 26. Charlie Golf, November Uniform Delta.
I remember, I have memory, like vivid memory, of the first time I got in an A36 Bonanza.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you know, I mean, to me, at that point in my career, when I was just, you know, shit, it wasn't even really a career. I was just building time and flying.
Yeah.
I just thought, man, this is like, it might as well have been a G5, you know.
I remember when I transitioned from the Diamond into this, it was like, this thing is so fast.
I know. Yeah. I was out of college, and I was working at United Beechcraft, which is an FBO that Beechcraft owned. And part of it was there was no jobs coming out of college when I was coming out of college.
Okay.
I want to be around airports and airplanes. And also, the big thing was you get to be part of the Beach Employees Flying Club.
Okay.
So I could rent a pretty new A36 Bonanza for $50 an hour wet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I became an instructor for the flying club. That's how I got started flying. So that was 35 years ago or whatever. I don't know, a long time ago. But you know, you have those airplanes you just remember the first time you got in them. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Nice. Is it weird getting back in this after the Mustang?
Yeah.
Uniform Delta exit left runway 14, contact ground 121.8.
All right, left on 14 and over to ground for Charlie Golf, November Uniform Delta.